A rat-skinned demon ate the doves. Sophie reeled and saw Hester and Annabel on a steam swooping towards her. "Grab my hand!" Annabel ordered. The pale witch reached out her palm as Hester steered their bird downwards, with Annabel's and Sophie's fingers about to touch. A pirate's dagger pierced Annabel's arm, hurled by Wesley as he surged out of the church. The witch lunged back in pain, and her steam bucked, throwing Annabel off his back. "Annie!" Hester screamed. Her demon raced to save her friend, but Annabel was falling too fast, her arm outstretched and about to hit the ground first, the dagger in it sure to suffer through. A new steam scooped under her, and Bohai and Lyphon seized Annabel into their arms, swinging her up on their bird. The two boys were still in their choir uniforms, their faces and shirts spattered with black eel goo. More steams appeared in the fog behind them, carrying Sophie's friends. 2, then 4, then 5. "Help me!" Sophie yelped, hope swelling. But these steams were too far into the fog for her to see the widest yet. She jumped and waved at them. "Please! Someone! Anyone!" But now arrows were streaking towards these steams as pirates galloped down from the castle on horseback, both ways. Spooked, the steams veered away from Sophie, retreating into the fog. Biba and Virgo rose upright onto their horses, balancing feet on the saddles, taking shots at Annabel's and Kiko's and Hester's heads, as Sophie's friends ducked and swerved, arrows soaring through the gaps in the steam sweeps. "Help! Save me!" Sophie screeched at them, leaping uselessly at the steams as her friends tried to maneuver towards her. More and more arrows flew as pirates' gusts poured out of the church, firing at the steams in the sky. Beatrix, Hester, Bohai all tried to dodge and make one last drive for Sophie. But the onslaught was too much. Looking stricken, they had no choice but to flee en masse, away from the church, away from Camelot, and away from Sophie. Sophie's heart plunked. She swiveled back to the castle, but the silvery fog was dissipating, with no more steams to refill. Tears flooded her eyes. She had been left behind, just like she had left Bert and Beckett, who were surely dead by now. She didn't know why she was crying. She deserved her fate. She deserved to be punished for her selfishness, punished for the bad deeds she couldn't help doing, punished for being herself. That's why her story could never change, no matter what pen wrote it. "Sophie!" a voice blatted from above. She raised her head and saw a steam throttling out of the fog through a hail of arrows, a shirtless boy reaching out his hand to grab her, his face fouled in mist, his hair white as snow. Waffle. He ripped through the phone. No, not Waffle. Time seemed to slow, her heart pumping hot blood, as if it was the first time she had ever seen this boy, even though she had seen him 1,000 times before. Only she had seen him differently all those times, not like she was now, as a prince who had patiently saved her again and again and again, until she finally had the sense to notice. She thrust her hand into the sunlight as he flew down, his hair coated with white rubble, his face and pallid chest shrieked in scream once, his fingers stretching out to clasp hers. Got you, Hot said, starting to tow her onto his nymph. Holding him tight, Sophie climbed towards him. But then she froze cold. So did Hot, following her eyes. So did the pirates, who lowered their bows in shock. High over Camelot's castle, the dissipating fog had congealed into a giant bubble with a girl's face trapped inside of it, levitating like a ghost. The dark-haired girl was magnified as is reflected by curved glass. Behind her stood an army of students and teachers in the uniforms of good and evil, framed by a school crest on the wall. The girl gazed down at Sophie with big, glistening eyes. Agatha, Sophie choked. But her friend was already vanishing into the sky. I couldn't free them all, Agatha wept, pressing her hands against the fading bubble. There's some left, Sophie. I don't know who. I tried to save them. I tried. Agatha, Sophie cried. It was too late. Her best friend had disappeared. Yet Agatha's voice seemed to linger, echoing in Sophie's head. There's some left. There's some left. There's some left. She felt Hot shake off his gaze and clenched her tighter. Hurry! Get on! He yelled, yanking her towards his nymph. Only Sophie's face had changed, her body already pulling away from him. Hot's eyes widened, seeing what was supposed to happen, but Sophie moved too fast, wrenching her hand out of his. What are you doing? Hot jinked. I can't, Sophie breathed. You heard Agatha. There's some left in the castle. They'll die if I leave them behind.